Hey everybody, Shawn here. Today video we're going to just do a quick video on the instrument cluster. Um, some of you may or may not know that you could actually pull this cluster out and replace the individual gauges. I just learned this recently, so it's new to me as well. But if you have a gauge go out, you can test your gauge, make sure it's not your fuel sending unit. This is one way of testing it. And so you can actually flip this over here so you have your gauge. I'm interested in testing the fuel gauge because this is an old one, but the fuel gauge works. The one in my Bronco currently does not work. So what I did is I brought this out so I could swap it. So you flip this over here, and you're going to want to have a small handful of tools. Coffee never hurts. You want to have some leads, 9-volt battery. I'll explain this here and the drill here in a minute. And so basically on this side we have the fuel gauge in the top left. So if I flip it over, it's going to be this one here. You'll have your positive and negative. And so I'm going to set you up here on the tripod so I could have both hands. And you can see what I'm doing. So as you have here, you can actually take your positive. You have your battery, negative, positive. You can take your positive lead, hook it on to the battery, like so. And then take your negative lead, clamp it on, set it down. Preferably not touching each other would be good. Then you take your two ends, connect your negative to here, and flip it over. So I want to watch this gauge move. And then connect the positive. And there you go. Gauge went all the way up. Disconnect it, both positive and the negative. And you'll see this gauge start to go back down. And you could do this with each one of your gauges to see which ones work and which ones don't. Since this one works and the one in my Bronco does not, that's where the next step comes in. Don't forget to disconnect your clips on your battery and put that aside. You can either use just a small wrench and a 3/8. Let me make sure so I'm not lying to you here. Yes, the 3/8. I wish they were better legible. Stick that on here, go like this, and you can disconnect it. Or you could obviously put it on a drill. Since I don't want to screw forever on here, there we go. Pull that off. And then, actually I take that back. You really don't need to remove this. You could remove just this, I guess. You could also remove the other part of it. Let's see. I'm not sure what size that is. Might be a 9/62. Let's see. Still a little big. Yeah, we got ourselves a 1/4 inch. Let's my toolbox. Sorry for the shakiness. And we can move this out. Let's throw these back on for a sec. And then you take your 1/4 inch, remove these, slowly pull this out, and voila. Now we have the gauge out here. And I take this back. I guess I don't really need to remove these, so I'll just put these back on real quick. See, I'm still learning things myself. This just helps hold the back plate onto here, and I'll probably I couldn't remove it and use the old plate, but honestly I think I'd rather use this plate because I think it's in better condition than my plate. So that's good. And then of course you could adjust this so it sits on there right and looks right. And I'll put this back on. Let's give it a not super tight, just snug. It's fine. There we go. So that's basically how you do it, and you reverse the process for putting the other gauge into your new one, or you can buy one on Tom's Bronco Parts for about $35 and order it and then install it. You could also do this inside your rig if you have access from within underneath the hood. In my case, I do, so I'll be doing it that way. Not sure if I'll record that because it's simply just putting this in, adding these 2 1/4 inch screws back in, and then rehooking up the positive and negative to it. And that's about it. All right, well, thank you for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe, and feel free to give comments on what you think, and I will talk to you next time. See you guys.